We are in the Avenue of the Giants. On this road, there's a million different pullouts that you can just park on. And this one's got a hollowed out tree. Just a little trail through the woods, so we about to find out. These trees are massive though. I saw a sign that said one was like over 1,000 years old. That is bizarre.
Did you do that? No, I didn't. What? We did an edit reference for you.
The inner tree itself is entirely missing. It's charred inside, so a fire certainly burned it. But the outer exterior shell, the bark of the tree is still intact, and it's just insane. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. You could literally walk through areas like this, and then, oh. This one is freaking massive. Just estimating, it would probably take at least 10 to 12 people to link their arms around this tree, maybe 15. To be honest, it's kind of hard to judge from right here. Here's the backside of that tree, of what remains of it. Oh, shoot. It's like so many of these trees are charred from fires, from lightning. They're so old, they've been through so much weather, that the fact that they're still here is remarkable. But that shows the foundation. The remaining shell is what's left. It can get ran through the entire center. The exterior shell is so strong. It's wild. It's the craziest thing ever. There are remnants of the original tree that have remodeled themselves that are still alive. From the other side, this one clearly looks dead, but you go up and there are green branches coming out from the top. Same with this side. You lose it entirely almost, and then just that one section keeps going, and then boom, it just sprouts off. Like that's a whole new tree in itself, all from the base of the exterior shell that's left over. Fires are actually really good for these areas. You know, they're redwoods, but they're hardwoods, and fire hardens the wood. You do any type of woodwork and you know that. So it also clears out all the small brush and the smaller trees that are just taking away from the bigger trees themselves. And so fires are actually very beneficial for these areas. I'm assuming some of these more have gotten like struck by lightning, the ones that are completely hollowed out. This one clearly has one distinct base and then just splits off into two trees. So I had started walking up to this one, and I noticed some plastic packaging on the ground, and then I saw some wipes, and then I saw some what looked like, let us just say, somebody desecrated that area inside that tree severely and disgustingly, disrespectfully. To each their own, but dude, there are bathrooms at the head of the trail. Like, there's no need for that. There wasn't. And you could have found a tree further down away from the trail. That was disgusting and disrespectful and outright inhumane. Come on and fix your diet. Jeez, I can tell that. Oh, that's, yeah.
Do I need to do anything?
Nope, it's going.
All right.
Just hold it right there. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Just to get a size reference. Cool. Thanks.
No problem.
I mean, this right here is just ridiculous. This is an entire tree itself. And it's just an offshoot root from this tree. It is bizarre. I have never been in a more enchanting area than this place, the Redwood Forest. The last place I just tried to go to, I drove 30 minutes, probably 40 minutes down this trail to get into the National Forest to see Fern Canyon. You have to make a reservation just to go during the day, so I couldn't go. I mean, look at this thing. You can't comprehend, but I'm standing like 10 feet away, and it's just massive. Entire switchbacks leading up to the waterfall are going around trees. It's just around that one tree. It is a relatively well-known fact that the story of Noah's flood found in Genesis 6 through 9 is paralleled in other ancient literature. The Epic of Gilgamesh is likely the most famous example, a version of the story that predates the writing of the biblical account by centuries. The story of the sinking of Atlantis is also widely known, though often not connected by modern people to the same theme of a previous advanced civilization destroyed by a flood. In truth, nearly every ancient culture on Earth possesses some version of this story, based on a shared collective memory handed down through oral tradition. The version related in the Torah, then, is not so much imparting new information to readers, whether they be Israelites or from one of their nations. Rather, it is asserting itself as the true account of what happened in this universally acknowledged account. Even well less known than the universality of this flood story is the universality of other related stories found in Genesis, the Torah, and the historical books of the Hebrew Bible. One of these elements relates to the nature of the civilization that was destroyed by the flood. The ancient world universally conceived this civilization to be advanced, and the source of that advancement was the revelation of divine secrets. In the Babylonian understanding, the origin of this knowledge was the seven sages, the Apkulu, who revealed heavenly secrets to the antediluvian kings. In the Sumerian kings list, each king before the coming of the flood is described as having an Apkulu as an advisor. After the flood, the subsequent kings are said to be two-thirds Apkulu. Those Apkulu before the flood, who had revealed these secrets, were punished by the gods through imprisonment in the abyss. Likely the most well-known parallel versions would be the Greek stories of Prometheus and the Titans. The text of Genesis reflects the Israelite version of the story before the coming of Noah's flood. The genealogy of Cain includes several elements. It is Cain who builds the first city, the Sumerian city of Eridu, which was believed to be the first in the world. Genesis 4, verse 17 through 18. Basically, there was an advanced civilization. Most people now come to that conclusion. It's a universal opinion, and it was wiped out. And we know there was a flood. And so, therefore, the advanced technology was likely wiped out with the civilizations with it during the flood. And what was happening during that time was angelic beings were rebellious and started breeding with humans, and that created giants, the Nephilim. And these giants, these Nephilim, did terrible things on this earth, and they did a lot of rituals and human sacrifice, just like a lot of civilizations, because they were all over. You can look at all civilizations, and there's these Nephilim, and it seems like they have a grip on the society. They're literally part divine and part human, which are essentially just demonic forces, and it was intentionally prescribed to further human civilization, to further humanity into the depths of hell. That is what happened on this earth, allegedly, which is a crazy thing to think about.